Hello there, Dr. Stuvie. Today I will be solving this page for my algebra assignment. All right, here we go. So here, let me read this out. Claire purchased just enough fencing to border either a rectangular or triangular garden, as shown, whose perimeters are the same. So what we know from this is that this rectangle has an equivalent parameter to this triangle. So what we can do with that information, since there's a variable in it, we can use the variables to our advantage since we know that these perimeters are equal. So let me explain here. So 3x minus 3 times 3x plus minus 3 plus 3x minus 3 plus x minus 3 minus 3 plus x minus 3. So this is what the first equation looks like. So what we're gonna have to do here is that this is actually ultimately going to be 8x minus 12. If you add all of the variables up, the 3x plus x plus x, that's 8x. And the minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, that's minus 12. So this is the variable expression for the rectangle here. Now if we want to do the triangle, we can just use an equal sign. It's 2x plus 2x plus 2x minus 1 minus 1. So that's 6x minus 2. Minus 2. So now that we have this information, we can do some calculations in order to figure out what x equals. So first we can subtract 2 from both sides. Subtract 6x from both sides, rather. Subtract 6x from both sides. Now we have 2x minus 12 is equivalent to negative 2. 12 here. Now, if we add 12 to both sides, so add 12 on both sides, we have 2x equals 10. And divide by 5 on both sides. Now you have x equals 5. Now that we have x equals 5, we can punch in the numbers here and get how many feet of fencing Claire has purchased. So we have, assuming that that the unit in parameters says or feet, since it says feet here, I'm assuming that the normal unit of parameters that x is 5 feet. Okay, so here, since this one is slightly easier, since it only has 3 parts to it, I'm gonna use that one. So it's 6. So the equation for this is 6x minus 2. Now we have 6. The way that we solve this is taking this, multiplying it by 5. And so this would actually equal 30, since this is what we know is equivalent to x. Let me highlight this. So we have now 6x, 6 times 5 minus 2, 30 minus 2, equivalent to 28. The equivalent, so the perimeter is equivalent to 28 feet. Now, if fencing is $210 per yard, it's a bit pricey, how much does Claire need to budget for to pay for this fence? Okay, so since this is 28 feet, and there are 3 feet in a yard, what we have to do is take 28 and divide it by 3 to get the number of yards, equals y, yards. So, let me just pull up my calculator here, and let me, here we go. So, 28 divided by 3 equals 9 and 1, 9 It's 9 yards, 9.33 yards, or 9 and 1/3 yards. 9 and 1/3 yards. Now we take 9 and 1/3 and multiply it by the cost per yard. So that is 210. It's 210. And now if I just pull up my calculator again, we can determine that so 210, that is $1,960. $1,960. So Claire spent $1,960 on her fencing parameter. So yeah, that's my explanation for part 2, for part 1, and I'll be doing part 2 later. Hello there, Dr. Stubby. Today I'll be doing part 2 of the equation. So for part 2 of the equation, here's the problem. The McMoving Company charges $800 plus $20 per hour. The Moving King Company charges $720 plus $25 per hour. For a job of how many hours are the two companies charging an equal price? Explain how you discovered the answer. So this is the systems of equations represented. And in order to solve a system of equations, we have to find the answer to where both items are true. So let's just solve a system of equations to get the value where both items are equal. So if we subtract 720 from both sides, we get 25x equals 80 plus 20x. And if we do minus 20x on both sides, we get 5x equals 80. Now, if we divide 5 on both sides, we get 80 divided by 5. So if we go over here, we can get 80 divided by 5, and we get 16. So x equals 16. So the answer to this system of equations is 16, and that's the number of hours where both moving companies would be equal. In order to prove this, let's go over here and just make sure that this system of equations is true. So 720 plus 25x. So let's do 25 times 16. That's 400. So if we go back here, 400, that is equivalent to 1,120. Let's do the same thing here. 800 plus 20x. So now we do 20 times 16, and then we get 320. That also equals 1,120. So the number of hours by which both moving companies are equals is 16 hours. Now, when is it a better deal to use the McMoving Company? It's a better deal to use the McMoving Company on anything over 16 hours. Because while in the system of equations, where the y-intercept is higher, the slope is lower. So, sorry about that. It's lower. So, just to prove this, let's do something, since we know that for everything below, since it's going to be the same at 16, we can do something higher than 16, so 17 would be an example. And we can plug this into the equation and find that the moving king company is actually going to be more expensive than the McMoving company. So here's the equation. So 720 plus 25 times 17. That's going to be equivalent to 1,145. Well, if we do the same thing with the other one, 800 plus 20 times 17, that's going to be equivalent to 800 plus 20 times 17, 1,140. 1,140. And then as this goes along, the values are the moving king company is going to slowly become more and more expensive than the McMoving company. That's my explanation for this one. I hope you enjoyed my video, and yeah, thank you very much.